Welcome in to the Vinyl Community Podcast.
Bonus!
So, we like to kid around. I know, record collecting and music collecting is serious business. But sometimes you just want to have fun. It's like girls want to have fun, record collectors want to have fun too. The spirit of this is what we call, how would you grade this? You hear us talk about there needs to be a coming to the masses moment of everyone just agreeing on proper grading nomenclature. And unfortunately, it's going the opposite direction. People are coming up with their own terms. They're adding about 14 plus signs to certain grades. It's just chaos. So I've asked everybody to pull something to just share. And I want to hear in the comments in the gallery, because this is an interactive program. We'll go around the day and show something, kind of talk about the obvious misses, marks, etc., and then ask collectively what you think the proper grading of this would be. So, David, we'll start with you on this one. Kick it off with, how would you grade this? Show us something, and then we'll give you our unsolicited advice.
Well, let me say first of all that there is a grading standard.
There's a standard. You're right. You're right. Goldmine is the standard. It's just become bastardized.
Yeah, but I've always said the great thing about standards is there's so many to choose from. So, that's how I see the world. But
Sure.
But for me, what I go by, there's two things that matter. One is visual grading and play grading.
Thank you.
And those are two huge differences. So the first thing I always ask is this a visual grading or a play grading? And the reason is I've seen visuals that look awful that sound great. And I've seen visuals that look great and sound awful.
Right.
And as far as I'm concerned, it's the listening that really matters. Right?
Yep.
How about on a record you see a scuff or maybe even what you might even call a scratch, but you can't hear it at all?
Sure.
For example, right? And then there's spots where you hear something and you can't even see what it is, right? So right out of the gate, that to me is one of the more important differentiators in there. So for me, this was a record I picked up in Asheville at Static Age Records, a really good store.
So you're holding the Doors self-titled. Yeah.
Doors self-titled. And this is a First Press Monarch mono, which is supposedly the GOAT, the greatest of all time, supposedly. Now, I looked at the record and I said, yeah, this looks pretty clean. I had him play it and I said, in spots, especially quiet spots, and I said, this sounds pretty clean. The only issue with it is it has a UK cover.
Oh, the Frankenstein.
Yeah. But it doesn't really look any different, but it's a U.S. record. I'm figuring I could find a U.S. cover with a trashed record pretty easily. Okay. It doesn't have to be a Monarch. You don't know what it is based on the cover. So the guy priced it at $67 because of that mismatch. But, he could have had it in no sleeve. In this condition, I probably would have bought it for $67.
Sure.
So it's, for me, it's and that told me a lot about the store's approach to pricing and how they did things, which fell across the board in the other things that I looked at. So, I think those are the kind of things that we need to ask and clarify. And it's especially important when you buy sight unseen. Have you played it? Well, if it's a $20 record, no, people, I get that. But I know people who've spent hundreds of dollars for a record and been disappointed when someone says it's VG plus or near mint minus and it's popping and crackling and tickling and everything.
Tickling, yeah.
The other thing is, does the person know the provenance of the ownership? If it's my record and I owned it all its life, I can tell you a lot more about it than if I bought something somebody else owned, right? Because, I don't know So it really bugs me when people sell used stuff that's somebody else's and they say like near mint minus, and it's like.
So before we weigh in here,
Yeah.
how would you describe, like, looking at the vinyl? Were there any marks? How would you visually grade it?
I would say it was a VG plus visual grading.
Okay.
Yeah.
So knowing all this, so the visual grade looked like the vinyl was good and clean. Mismatched cover, the EU cover with the US Monarch. Arnaldo, what would you give that? How would you grade that if you were acquiring it?
The fact that it was Frankenstein should have been disclosed somewhere.
And it was.
Okay.
It was. Okay.
It was on a sticker, right? It was on a sticker right there.
So there's honesty there. So you said it was the vinyl was a VG?
VG plus.
Oh, VG plus. Okay.
Yeah.
Were there any noticeable scratches on it?
No.
Okay. So that passes the test, right?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah. And then he played it to boot, which was,
okay, that's even better.
Yeah.
But I wanted to throw another wrench in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So you talked about the visual grading and the play grading.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's take a bit further where the record is free of any defects, like visual defects. But when you play it, it has more of a background noise or surface noise that is inherent to a bad pressing plant.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't skip. There are no scratches. There are no scuffs. It's not warped. It's just a bad pressing. What is that? Is that a VG plus? It could be theoretically just out of and we have so many new records that sound like crap, right? So are you going to downgrade it because there's a pressing plant defect or bad quality vinyl and say it's VG? Or should you still call it near mint because you just took it out of the shrink and you're playing it for the first time and you only played it once and there's no scuffs and there's no scratches?
Right.
What do you consider that? Are you going to be honest and say plays with a lot of surface noise? It's really not the condition of the record. It's just a bad pressing.
It's not the visual condition of the
record. A record like that from Amazon, it goes right back.
Yeah.
And I get another one. So
yeah, and that's why the grading system is visual. I mean, the grading system from Goldmine is clearly visual.
When you're play grading it, and it's really not sounding like a near mint, not because it was well loved or mishandled, but it's a bad pressing. Now, should you have to disclose, and how do you disclose that it's a bad pressing? There's no, manhandling or wear and tear on the record that you would say, oh, it's a G because it has pops, clicks, or it skips, even though it doesn't have any scratches, right? You can still say it has groove wear. I bought a record that visually, and we'll talk about it later, was a near mint. There's nothing on there. You go and play it. It's a record from the 60s, and who knows where it got played, that all you hear is the groove noise, right? That's different. That's wear and tear. But something that is brand new that just doesn't play well because it's a bad quality pressing, how do you grade that?
Well, if you've stated that you're doing a play grade, that's part of it too. I ask about play. If I'm buying one that I haven't seen, have you played it? What's your play grade of it? If the person doesn't know, then I ask about the return policy.
I mean, my answer to your question, Arnaldo, is I would grade, like, let's say your example, he took it out of the jacket, first play, it's got those issues, it's a pressing defect. I'm grading it on the visual, and I always any kind of first open. This is just me. I always automatically take it to VG plus, always. But I'll read up on it, and if it's a pressing defect seems to be common on the Discogs reviews or what have you, I won't downgrade for that because you can't control that.
Like the animals pressing from a few years ago. They were all defective. I went through 4 copies.
Mm-hmm.
They all at the beginning, they all sounded terrible because of, I think they had paper rub or whatever,
Sure.
however they were shipping it. It caused pretty much every copy to be playing noisy at the beginning.
So perfect example. So when Arnaldo was out of town, I asked him to look for a Labby Cifre record, Remember My Name. It's a very collectible record in hip hop and etc. And there's a track on the first pressing, the UK first pressing, called The Vulture. And more often than not, you can read it on the Discogs listing. There's a pressing defect. It skips in one revolution or maybe 2. But that's just what it is. You can't avoid that. It's like they're made, they're out there, they're still collectible, they're still expensive. I would not downgrade if I got a copy, if and when, hopefully sooner than later. If it plays outside of that, great, and it's visually looks good, I would have no problem calling VG Plus, because I think that's the commonality of that pressing issue. Just like the Van Halen Walmart self-titled record from years ago, Janie's Crying had that skip. Everyone had it. I can't downgrade that because they, brought it to market in a shitty pressing condition. To me, it's a VG Plus. I can't. So it's a good question. What do you think, Chris? Guest Chris, what do you think?
Yeah. So I was kind of spacing out a bit, honestly, during your rant. But yeah, I've bought records before too, where visually you're like, oh, this is, the chef's kiss. But then you play it and it's noisy. I have the first Black Sabbath album. I have a NEMS pressing that I bought. I think it's like an early 70s pressing. It still had the extra song on it that was taken off later on. And it's disappointing because there are times where the low end kind of cuts out when you're playing it. But then you can hear groove noise as well in it. But yeah, it's it is what it is. I guess.
Yeah, you can't change it. The time machine's broken, so you're kind of stuck.
Unfortunately, that's why I like CDs. You really don't run into this problem with CDs with like paper scuffing and stuff like that.
CDs are back. I'm telling you, no one's
unless you buy the Lord CD.
Oh, the Lord CD's jacked up.
Oh, that was.
Isn't that the one that's the transparent?
The transparent
CD?
one,
yeah. They're running into issues.
It's not playing on all the players.
Yeah,
all the CD players.
That tells me they got too cute with it. They really want to be really neat, and they didn't even think about the end result of doesn't even sound right. Wow, that's hilarious. I dig it. All right, well, Mr. Rojas. Well, we didn't even go around. Let's go around real quick. How would you? So David walked us through it. I would call that VG Plus vinyl. I'd call that a VG cover only because it's a switcho. If it was if it's true, which sounds David can Frankenstein it the proper way, VG Plus or however you find the cover. But because it's not an original cover, I would grade VG. Arnaldo, what would you say?
Well, you're grading the cover. There's it's disclosed there that it's the wrong cover.
Sure, but if you're looking at the cover, it's not the true item. It's not 100% the true item. So I have to, just on a technicality, downgrade it.
Well, then why not a G? Or why not a F? Because it doesn't belong. It got Frankenstein.
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair take.
I mean, it's not, the condition of it is VG Plus.
It's a 0 because it's not the right cover.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
If you're looking at
right.
the collectability of the artifact, it's a 0 because you only have the vinyl. Sorry to burst your bubble, David, but
Arnaldo's right. You need to think about it this way. If I was selling that as a UK pressing, right, I have the UK cover, but the wrong record, right? So then higher grade for the cover. Do you understand the UK cover? Lower grade for the record. Now, I'll do the opposite, right? Which is what David has, right? He has a US pressing record, but a UK cover, right? So the person is trying to sell it as a US copy. Do you see what I'm saying? So
That's the value in it. It's the Monarch first press.
Right, exactly.
correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I would actually I would say what VG plus for the record, poor, fair for the cover,
But
because it's the wrong cover.
If the cover is in perfect condition, isn't that kind of like?
Yeah, no. You're still missing what I'm trying to say.
I know, I get it, but right.
All right. Well, Arnaldo, do you have one? We'll go a little bit quicker on this
Yeah,
one.
I'll go quicker. So on my travels, I picked up, like earlier I mentioned, a record that I had bought based on a visual grading, and it was a Sgt. Pepper Mono UK, and bring it home, clean it, and I play it, and there's just a lot of crackling as background, like to the point when you get to She's Leaving Town, you could hear more of the crackle than you could hear
Leaving home.
the music and the strings. So my quest was to find a UK Pepper Mono, and I did find one.
Hey.
And I bought it for the record because the place where I bought it, Flashback, they had listening stations, and the cover that I have from the previous version is in much better condition than this. So my plan is to do a Frankenstein, and yeah, it sounds fantastic. Even when I played it there, it sounded fantastic. But I wanted to show you how meticulous this store is when they grade their records. So I don't know if you could see it.
Oh, Cesar is going to love this. Look at all. Oh my gosh, they have the runout numbers.
Yeah, he has. I'll read it to you.
So this is on the sticker for the visually impaired. This is on the sticker.
Basically, you didn't even have to take it out, right?
Brilliant.
This is a mono copy, VG strong, and I would go as far as saying it's a VG plus.
Okay.
So very conservative there. Insert, because the Sgt. Pepper comes with an insert, which I'll show you here. And we can open another topic, and it says that the insert, which is the psychedelic insert, is split and stained, and that is correct. It has a split here, which you can probably see, and it has a little bit of a water stain down here. So that's meticulous these people are.
I can't believe you brought that home. That's terrible.
Well, no, because I have the pristine one from the other copy. So
attaboy.
Eventually this will be traded in somewhere. But let's open up the topic where what happens in a case like this. So you can only grade the vinyl and the cover based on most of the Discogs platforms, right? This is an important piece of the artifact. Should you downgrade the cover because the insert has a stain and a seam?
It's not a cover. That's not the definition of what a cover is.
I totally get it. But if you were to buy a Pepper UK Mono, don't you want it to be perfect? Or is it just me?
Well, I mean, it'd be perfect if it had a US pressing album cover.
So,
Yeah,
and then
the point's taken. Yeah, I always look at the inner
and then
sleeve.
it goes as far as saying that there's cutouts. This album, for those who didn't know, came with the Sgt. Pepper cutouts, and they're in perfect condition.
That's an insert.
Well, technically they're cutouts too. I don't know whoever cut them out, but and then it says, it has even the matrix numbers. I don't know if you could see it, the last couple of digits there. So this place is extremely meticulous.
I like that.
They take grading very seriously, and they do the same. I also got from there the -2-1 of the Abbey Road, and they also were very meticulous down here in claiming that it had the Her Majesty credit, which is on the label but not on the back cover. It has a -2-1, which everyone looks for. Yeah, they're pretty serious. So
let me ask you this while you were talking about that. Are you comfortable paying more because of this degree of detail, so you don't have to do all the legwork yourself?
I'm still gonna pull it out and listen to it if I'm at the store, right?
All right. But if they have it and you say you want to buy it, right?
Yeah.
since they've already done all the like intrinsic detective work, are you comfortable paying up a little bit more just because of that degree of disclosure?
Well, not so much the fact, because I could tell from that they're very serious about grading. So it was more of a formality for me to listen to it because I could already tell that they were very meticulous by the stickers, and playing it only just confirmed that, yeah, they were pretty reputable.
We get some interesting takes from the gallery. Our friend Dom, Seeking a Thread, says it should be noted, but doesn't affect the grading. Talking about
What
the
is? The inner sleeve?
Yeah. Whereas Mazzy says you need that inner sleeve.
See, what Mazzy understands that.
But then Mazzy's mortal foil, Tom, says the inner sleeve does not get graded. So it's interesting. Even in the matter of this conversation, there's varying perspectives.
Okay, so in the case that you have the White Album and the photos are missing, or the poster's torn, that we're talking about the collectability of the art.
It should be noted.
It should be noted somewhere,
but it isn't.
All I can say is what I would do. If it's missing the full package, whatever the insert or the Ozzy's ashes or whatever the hell is supposed to be in it.
Some people refer to it as the guts.
The guts, the vinyl guts. I personally downgraded, but I probably downgraded on the cover because I think if you're talking about the vinyl and the listening piece, like I think, like David said, like that's a lot of people. You hear that old expression, you can't play the cover, right? Like I think if you're talking about missing anything, you got 3 of the 4 photos from the White Album.
That's the stunty grading. You can't play the cover. So if the cover's trashed, it's still a VG plus.
You need a cover. He's got a shopping bag on it. You know what I mean? But point being is that the record I think the record grading has to be the true in this case, and you downgrade it if it's missing something. But like I think everyone's pretty consistent, regardless of where you shake out on it. So you got to disclose it. Hang on. We've got VMGs here. This is probably this is probably Drew. Drew, is this you? Says we mark the label with a note that says inners included, but do not affect the grade. So there's a grading organization. Good to see it, Drew. I think it's Drew, or if it's Paul or Chad, tell us.
That's correct.
So,
that's correct.
Now hang on. So now Tom's getting technical. He says this is direct from Discogs. So you know it's right. If the inner sleeve or insert is not mentioned in the free text of an ad, it is assumed to be not included. Okay.
I see more of the opposate.
That's a 180.
Yeah, they're saying poster not included or inner not included.
Welcome, Drew. Let me give you we're going to give you a wrench, Drew, because you're friend of the show.
You know, it is kind of contradicting, though, that Discogs would have that, because people go to the trouble of putting up the listing, and they go into all the detail of the matrix, the runout, the catalog number, and also to include details about printing sometimes to distinguish one copy or one version from another, put photos of posters and all that stuff. So if you're listing an item under that listing, the assumption for me is that you are listing everything that is in that, correct or not?
I always assume the worst, hope for the best.
I think disclosing that it's missing is more the disclaimer than assuming that it's not included and have to say that the poster is included, for example.
So here's a great point. The doctor is here. The doctor is making house calls. Dr. Johnny Fever says you also pay for shrinking a hype sticker, and that's not graded. So that does throw a wrinkle into things. I don't disagree with that.
The only mention, just for technicality here, the only mention in the grading of Gold Mine is related to a record that if it has any surface noise, you can't mark it as mint or near mint if it knowingly has surface noise.
Well, to break the tie, and to make sure he's not falling asleep on us, Chris, I'm going to pass it to you. Show us.
Oh, poor Chris.
Yeah, Chris, we're really getting granular in this one. I'm sorry we brought you on this one, but show us something that you want to throw in front of our Technicolor glasses. How would you grade it? Do you have something to show us?
Okay, so here's how about a box set?
Let's do it. There we go. I like it.
Okay, so this is a box set that I bought in, I think, 2008 or sometime around that, and it's of the Stone Roses first album,
I
which
think Rojas, you have this one, don't you?
No, does it sound good?
it's well, this is a it's the full album, well, one LP, and then it's 4 CDs, and then also a DVD. And the thing about this, and then it also came with a book and some art prints and things like that. Which I think this is an incredible album. It's a perfect album in my opinion. But it also came with a USB stick. That, keeping in
where's
mind.
Jose? Where's Jose? Jose's smiling somewhere. That's his favorite part, is the USB stick, the thumb drive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It came with a thumb drive that had like this rubber lemon on it. And then on the thumb drive was the full album in 320K MP3s. We're talking hi-fi here.
Smoking.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I need 180.
I've never played the vinyl. I've, listened to the CD, but at some point in time, I lost the USB stick.
Oh,
Dun, dun,
come
dun.
on.
And
No.
I know everything else is, I even still have the shrink on it. And I'm not a fan of keeping shrink on stuff at all.
I'm out of print.
But losing a tchotchke like the USB stick, how does that impact the value of?
Oh, Arnaldo, I got to start with you because you are our most fervent grading expert. What would you say how would you grade this situation? Everything else sounds gem nice. No USB stick.
It should just be disclosed. I mean,
Okay.
you can't.
I propose a new grade. VG question mark.
We've done it. We've broken
It
new
shouldn't-
ground.
it should- I don't think how many parts are in that box?
This thing, it's
And I also want to give Chris high marks. He kept the shrink on the box with the scan sticker. So I like it.
So it's got like 5 records.
Oh, this is crazy. No, it's only no, wait, I'm sorry. How many records is it? The packaging is insane on this thing.
Looks like you have like 6 records, 5 or 6 plus.
Okay, so the CDs and the DVD go right here. Now I have the CD of the album itself is in my over there because I was listening to it recently. And then how many okay, so what's this? The handwork I'm putting this together must be crazy. Okay, so this is the booklet. And then another thing too that always irritates me, and I hate it when I see people do this. There are people who don't handle inner sleeves or booklets with care. Like they'll just grab it and just like open it up, They don't like hold it, in a way that would prevent any fingerprints or any any damage to the stock. So there's that. Okay, the booklet right there. And then okay, so this is the album. Okay, extras, and then extras number 2, and then these are art prints right there, and then this is more art prints.
It doesn't matter. The USB stick is missing.
The USB stick of the 320K MP3.
I'm sorry. Yes.
But you said it was shaped as a lemon, right?
It had. Yeah, it wasn't just like some USB thumb drive that you got, for a keychain.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the coolness of the look.
It had a rubber lemon on it, and but I lost it. And
can you imagine like going to like a public place, you put that in, someone's like, I've never seen a lemon USB stick before. Hey,
you
look
have a
over
dog
there,
or
right?
a cat?
Done.
You have a pet that might have got that, Chris?
Oh, I wouldn't even know when I would have lost it or how it happened. So, I mean, I probably just one night I was high and
You drop it in your.
somewhere.
Tried to smoke it. It's okay. Listen, it's a safe space, Chris. You tried to smoke it. Fine.
You squeeze the data right out of it into your tea. I know what you did. You did.
Yeah.
There's no high like a 320 megabit high. I just take your experience on that.
Oh, that's a great story though, Chris.
I like the story. Listen, I'm gonna be a vinyl pure. I'm gonna go VG plus, and you just close it.
And
I don't think it should impact the grading, but
it'll affect the price.
it affects the price significantly. Unless, hold on one second.
Oh no, Arnaldo's really he's gonna really check us on this one.
Or how about
Unless we Frankenstein it with my USB of the Guns N' Roses box set.
Oh, what?
Is that higher than 320? Just
I
asking.
don't remember, but it probably is.
Oh, it's got to be at least 360, at least.
Guys, when they did
MP3 tops out at
you
3.
guys remember that super deluxe box set that was like $500?
Yeah. It came in like a safe. That was for Appetite, right?
Yes.
How about the Beatles Apple one? It was shaped like an apple.
Well, that was just, I have that. That's the USB stick.
Yeah.
But this, they eventually started selling off the box set in pieces. So on the website, I just bought this for $20.
Are you going to make that a belt buckle? Like what is
It's heavy. This is metal. You see it here? This is brushed metal.
It's heavy metal.
Davis.
Wow.
So
beautiful.
maybe we could add this to your box set to make up for the missing lemon stick.
That could put over the top. That actually is a VG plus.
The fact that the music doesn't match is just a subtlety.
Get an extra
roses, stone roses. Hey, they both have roses.
They both roses.
Yeah, you're right. And this, this had the entire box set on it. Did your stick have the entire contents of the box set in USB form?
Oh, way to rub it in his face. He's lost it. Did you miss that, Arnaldo? He doesn't know.
You can call it "Wake Up and Smell the Roses" on that one.
It probably would have had all of the extras on the stick too. Not just the album. I can't remember. That was so long ago. But
have you tried eBay? Maybe you'll find something.
Oh no! He's late at night. He's looking for that lemon glow thumb drive.
Found one.
Got it. Great story. Love it. All right, Rojas, you got. I don't know if you could top that. That's pretty strong. Trying to top a lemon thumb drive is going to be tough, but you're up to the challenge. What do you got?
What orifice are you going to be coming out of for the
Well, I was going to show that my stereo copy of Sgt. Pepper tape.
Oh, geez, Louise. Holy Moses, smell the roses.
If we bake this, and only if Kevin Gray can get his hands on the Sgt. Pepper tape, it could only sound better.
Sorry, Kevin. We almost made it a full show without mentioning Kevin. I'm sorry.
Man. So I don't want to show the tape, right? I wanted to show this. I wanted to show my crappy copy of Jimi Hendrix mono. So there's tape here. The spine is done.
Yeah.
Right? This would be an Arnaldo like G plus, right?
Oh, this is poor.
So what's broken there?
L for lousy.
Yeah, both seams are split to all the way through, right?
Oh, that's a 4. That's not even a G.
What if you use an easy seam to rebuild the seams inside, Arnaldo? Would you upgrade it then?
Well, no, you artificially.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That downgrades it actually.
Yes.
You're better to leave it alone.
Like because once you introduce modern technology, then you're messing up the artifact.
Like that USB, for example. No.
Right. But can you read the title on the spine, Jason? Oh, it's totally gone. It's
totally
out.
gone.
Oh man, it's 3 ways to Sunday. That's what we call that here in the Midwest.
So
I don't know. It has roomware on the front and the back, right?
So everyone would grade this poor.
That's
I mean,
maybe a G.
The artwork, did somebody write on it? What's in the upper? Is it just say mono print? Upper right hand when you're facing the front. What does that say? Does it just say
No,
mono?
it says mono.
Okay, I just want to make sure somebody didn't write
Oh.
on it. That would.
I mean, it doesn't look like it has a lot of groove. Is that tape on the top?
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
man, no, that's
that's when you know it's well loved.
They tried.
They're keeping it together.
well. I have to confess, when I was a kid and I had seam splits on the inner, I put tape.
Oh, Arnaldo, that is so
I was
tacky.
10 years old. What did I know?
What do you? Yeah.
Look how far you've come, Arnaldo. Look at it. All right. So Arnaldo, you're going to give the cover. What do you grade it?
We're going between. Is there a P plus or a G minus?
Oh, P plus. Oh no.
Wow.
There's a G plus.
wait,
There's
hold on.
G plus
Hold on.
plus.
What's below G? It's fair.
Below G is poor and fair.
Which is worse, fair or poor?
Fair.
Fair is
Fair than
I think-
poor.
Oh, so this is a fair. It's a fair.
I agree with that, David. What do you think?
I won't
I
say
agree.
poor. Poor is when it's half of it's torn off, or
poor is when you put it in the trash.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
Chris,
definition.
DC. What do you think? Is this fair in your grading eyes?
When you look at this cover, are you experienced? That's the question. Okay.
You're
Given
obviously not experienced enough to guess this, I guess. But
yeah, given the age, I would say that it's fair.
All right, we
Yeah.
Fair plus plus.
fair plus plus. Oh,
No,
man.
ain't no-
Now
no,
we're
no,
throwing
no,
some
no.
pluses into it. Okay.
Then we would look at the record, right? You know.
Okay.
So
I
this
think-
is the original tricolor
Yep,
reprise.
right, yep.
Okay. Now it does have some marks that you cannot really see.
Well, it looks. You could have fooled me. That's how you should do the auctions, Jason.
Oh man, I should just say like it's a promo. So money. So you can't really see it here. I don't know if I
No,
can get
I
it.
buy
better.
stickers. It's a
Yeah,
promo.
this is the harder part. So,
But you can see that scratch. Can you see it?
No.
Right there.
Yes, I can see the scratch.
Okay.
Right
So
there.
Scratch, I can
At
see.
that angle.
Yep.
any feelies? Can you feel them to the
Is
touch?
it a feeler or a squealer?
I like
No, it's not.
no feelies. So it looks worse than it could be. Okay.
We would put this in the humdinger and it would be VG plus plus plus.
Oh, now I see all the stuffs. Now that you put it,
Oh no.
Yes, there you go.
Oh,
There
you
you go.
lost
I see
Arnaldo
it.
on that now.
There you go.
that is. Ooh, if it, how does it play?
Probably like low. No, G plus. I'll be
I
conservative.
would. Not
Totally.
playing it. I would call that a G. Not playing it.
I would say G plus only because it looks like the label's in good shape. But
Can you hear more music, or can you hear more?
Well, actually, like I would not recommend buying this at all,
oh, okay.
just because it doesn't sound good. Not
Oh,
not because of the condition, but
we've got it. We've got it. Novice Nick says
Yes.
the seal hasn't been broken. It's a VG maybe. This is a new grade. VG maybe.
like
But
this US
Jason
pro-
owned it, so that pulls it up more.
That's
now.
true. That's true.
right. I
We-
said it's a promo, right? So there, and then I'm going to put an in groove sticker on it. So therefore,
Oh, that yeah. We haven't even touched that one.
Well, that adds 20% to anything.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Alimony tax on that one. Okay. I would. Yeah. I think I'm going to say good. I'm going to say good plus, just because I think that the label still is, because that's what people are looking for, right? Like if
Yes.
the record's bunk, the tricolor is the one that's called out the most.
but I mean, I'm being honest now. Like I'll be honest. Like I would not seek this out. This does not sound good.
Sure. It's like you got it. It's but it's not the one you want to end up with. That's it. So,
Correct.
Okay. Oh, hang on. We problem solved. John is here. Bip bop boom. Just put a Hendrix autograph on the cover.
That's right.
500 easy. 500. 500. All right. Well, let me show mine, and then we'll get off of this one, and then we'll continue to entertain and disdain many of the masses. So, where this really came from, where this topic, love it or hate it, let me know in the comments. My local had this record. Now, this is probably the first jazz record I've bought maybe in months. I'm kind of like I'm on a what do they call it, conscious uncoupling with jazz right now. Not for any reason. Not my bag right now. And I already have, this is a Love Supreme John Coltrane. I have a stereo first press I got years ago at the Chicagoland Record Fair. Shout out to Chicago people. It's a great copy. VG Plus, VG Plus. No more pluses because I don't roll like that too often. But if I would, I'd say a VG Plus Plus. So my local had this. As you can see, this spine, it looks like a pterodactyl was carrying it in its mouth for miles and miles and miles and then dropped it off at my local. These covers have laminate. The laminate's peeling. I don't know if you can see that. Seam split. I did not repair here at the bottom. But then we look at the record, and they disclose this. They said it plays better than it looks, which is always a challenge accepted in my mark. Red label. The Immortal, as I told the guys beforehand, Al Parrott owned this copy. Al Parrott. Friend of mine, friend of yours, Al Parrott used to own this. But wouldn't you know, when I played it, you wouldn't even know. Like in the quiet parts, you can hear a little bit of the Rice Krispies. But when the music's on, it is strong. So, you've seen the cover, you've seen the record. Guys, how would you grade this one? Help me out. Because I'm doing the Discogs this weekend. It's official. We're officially dating after this. Is everyone asleep?
The record or the cover?
Either one. I mean, let's stick to the cover. The cover is obviously the most.
I think the cover's a VG.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say G plus. David, what do you think?
No,
I think it's VG. Because the seminal parts of it are in.
Yeah, I mean, like good. You can still see Love Supreme. It's one of those folded spines that kind of, it's not centered, unfortunately, and then the peeling. So VG, wow, that's interesting. Chris, what do you think? I know you're a big jazz fan, and I know you're a big John Coltrane fan.
Question. You're showing it inside the sleeve. Is there?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Let me remove it from this Vinyl Storage Solutions sleeve because they only do make the best sleeve out there. So yeah. So here's.
Is there still shine on the cover?
Oh yeah. Hang on. Let me make myself big here. Let's go here. So yeah, you're right. So yeah. See, there's where the guinea pigs were trying to get in through the center. The cover does. Yeah, so it's got gloss. I mean, it's got the laminate, right? You just have a little bit of tearing kind of over here, a little bit of peeling. See it? You can kind of see it in the light there. So it's coming up a little bit. But back cover, there's some kind of like mark from somebody might have handled it weird. And the gatefold, no tears in the gatefold, no writing, nice and white, crisp.
I'd say, given the age, VG plus
for the cover. All right, I like this. This is guys, you're making my day because I was gonna.
I'm more on the VG side.
So VG plus. Rojas, what do you think?
Maybe like. I didn't. I mean, as soon as you showed the spine, like. I think that may be too important. I would say like a G plus,
See, that's where I was leaning because
you want to see the spine, like on my copy of the mono here.
Oh right? Yeah, I just got Rojas everywhere. Look at this, I totally Rojas.
You've got to go harder, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what yours looks like, Jason.
What do you mean?
Now you look at the definition; it's a VG.
But unfortunately, like someone's been rough. Someone's been rough.
Okay, you got a seam split at the bottom.
Okay, so yours is still a VG. It meets the definition in gold mine.
Oh, you got a split at the end.
Yeah.
Oh God,
man, you're trying to pass this off as
seams. Yeah, but in the standard it says seam splittings will be more obvious in a VG.
So in the notes we say we played the cover, right? We threw the cover in the humdinger, right? So VG plus plus, right?
No, it's a VG.
Only 1995.
Let's see the back of it.
That's right, Billy Mays, 1995.
It's a VG.
The inside. Is that tape I see there?
I don't know what yours is.
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh, this is getting worse.
I think this copy was owned by Arnaldo.
Blue tape.
Yeah.
I think a dog pissed on that.
Yeah, that's why John Coltrane's mad. He noticed this.
Inside. Let's see the inside.
Excuse me?
There you go.
All right, that's equal to chances. All right.
Well, I think Chance is better. Like you can see
he's got a little discoloration, I think, on that.
Okay.
Yeah, chances is a VG. There's no doubt.
What the heck?
Pants doesn't have tape on it. Maybe you guys should. How's your copy? Is it better than Chance's?
No, mine was on my Al Parrot. Okay, come on.
Smells like 1964 for sure.
Ooh, that was a
So
good
it's
year.
moldy.
Wow.
But I
It
think
smells
like maybe
like-
One moment, please. In your telephone number, we have caller ID.
Jesus.
Oh, your label looks a bit faded.
Yes.
Boy, they're picking yours apart, Jason. They're like,
I know. They're upset, right?
Hey, you whipped it out.
I know. Not everyone could just whip out a
I know.
this is true.
Love Supreme mono.
This is true. Even us, or at least speaking for myself, not genuine record collectors, we do find a diamond in the rough once in a while.
Still, amazing find, Chance. Really.
Well, I was surprised, and I almost didn't buy it just because that spine was so bad. And again, I saw it online first, but I was like, you know what? At worst, I looked up comps. At worst, I can get my money back. If I bring it home and it doesn't play well, I'll just move it on to the next guy because look it up. It's not cheap, but I didn't pay those prices. I'll just say that. Oh, hang on. Oh, Brian is here. My man Fort Worth Brian, Boot Trader. He says, how can you prove that Al Parrot owned it? Because he wrote his name on it. He autographed it. Like, that actually takes it up a level. So everyone's saying VG. I'm going up VG plus because who else can say they have Al Parrot's copy? No one. That's who.
That's true.
Anyway, well, guys, this was an interesting journey. I didn't know where it would go. It went some interesting places. See you next time, everybody.
We cover it all. We cover it all. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Vinyl Community Podcasts. See you next time on the Vinyl Community Podcasts.